Now that's Lily, and she and I are basking on this back patio. And the sounds of birds, an airplane overhead. And it's this beautiful blue sky day. So today I was going to go back to my home and put away my newly imported items from where they were in Virginia without getting too personal. Yes, it was a relationship. I still care about him a great deal. I could no longer live there for my own reasons. And number one reason for me is really so that I'm at ease. I wish to be at ease. And it was beginning to stress me out to go there. And my body's stressed out. And I started feeling how stressed I felt in an environment which was, quite pretty, supportive community, gardens and good neighbors and exchange of fruits of our labor, tomatoes here, cucumbers there, somebody's peppers, somebody else's herb patch. Yeah, I love cucumbers in the summertime. But yeah, I left that because of the downsides, which I'm not going to go into right now. The pluses of being in one place is that you know where your things are. You know where your items are. This is my view. You know where everything is. And I found also I really missed my paint. I missed my paint. My paints. I had brought my paintings to Virginia because I thought that I was going to have time and energy to paint. But instead, I felt called to just nurture somebody, fold his clothes, cook nice meals. And I enjoyed that. I really did. I used to sort of protest the whole idea of domestic chores separated by the sexes. I was my own version of feminism, I suppose. And then I decided that that was foolishness to actually just do it. Now, guess what? I wasn't working at all. My job was to be there. So if you're a working woman and then you have to do all the domestic chores, there's going to be a lot of struggle and strife in that house. So domestic chores for a home of two working people, that's a chicken coop up there. They've got hens. If you're at the home, if you're, in a home you've created with your partner and you're both working, then no matter what masculine, feminine entity you are, you share in the domestic chores. So, when I was there, I didn't expect him to. And I got a lot of relaxation and personal satisfaction out of putting away laundry, folding it, gathering the laundry, doing it. dishes, emptying the dishwasher methodically and making sure everything was tidy. Yeah, I got satisfaction out of that. Being able to walk outside in my bare feet and go fetch fresh vegetables to eat when you wanted to eat them. Fresh as fresh can be. And then of course there was the rabbit. I pet this bunny. And I always thanked it for its poo. I used its poo, in and amongst the plants. And you scoop it up. And beneath it, there's all these wonderful red worms for people who want to do permaculture with worm towers and stuff. There's the dog. There's Lily. Yeah, so I love being able to walk barefoot and get those fresh vegetables. But then, the day would end and then here we go. I would never know necessarily what to expect unless I had made plans with my partner, who's now my ex. I still care about him. I still care about him enough to feel compassion for him. But, it's still too soon for me to talk to him. He called me today. And I can't even bring myself right now to listen to his voicemail because I'm not ready to hear it. I don't want to hear what he has to say or have a conversation until I know how I feel. And my feelings are something that are valid for me and something that I am very in touch with, and I felt when I had all my stuff and it was done, I felt relief. I felt relief. I felt so much relief. It was like, okay, I can contain this. I can hold this. I know where my things are. And I already had a very cramped space, and I was working on putting things away. I've been in this condo since 2015, but every weekend was interrupted by a visitor practically, you know who, up until and leading to 2020. And I would spend, longer times there because I could change my calendar. But, until 2020 happened and I was living there a lot, I never really saw what the truth was. Because if you only see somebody a weekend, or you see them like a week or 7 days, or that's exactly how much I would stay. I would stay like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, that sort of thing. Until you live with somebody day in and day out, you don't really know what they're like or what's going on with their life, and whether or not it's something you want in yours 24/7. And so I think I know for me, it came down to that. It came down to, I enjoy the nurturing part, but then I don't know why things are the way they are after work hours are over, and why my Virginia person, significant relationship person, why it was such a habit to go drinking and not exercise. And I felt my body caving. I tend to adapt to my partner not in as much as I will do what they expect of me. It's more of I adapt to what their habits are. A lot of times I'll make them my own, good and bad. I'm not going to judge, but if we were thinking about a good habit as exercising, then wouldn't a bad habit be exercising too much or judging those who didn't exercise? So I'm not judging. It's just that I know my body, and my body has joy in moving. And I thought, well, couples that play together stay together, and I couldn't get him to go play with me. He just wanted to open up some brews and get on his phone apps and play poker. Now, if he were listening to this and he were to go, okay, I'll stop all of those things if I want you back in my life, I would say, absolutely not. You're to be exactly who you are. I will not make demands of somebody who already has all those habits and is what they are. I am not making those demands for that person to be in my life. No. They can do all the gaming they want. They can do all the drinking they want after work. They can do all of the not exercising. They can do all of that. But if I don't like it, if it bothers me, I'm not happy in that lifestyle, then I have to create the life I want. It's my responsibility. Nobody else's. My happiness is my responsibility. Yeah. Mine. So I realized I was happiest in one place. So there. And I'm just settling in. I was last visiting with him every month, which I did for a full year, from March of 2020, which I didn't go back to my condo in my personal space until I think June of 2020. So that many months. I may have gone back in May. Probably did. That many months. And I've got stories there. A lot of funny ones. A lot of exasperating ones, like drunk staying up all night at your house because it's locked down and they're singing carols and you want to go to bed and you're really tired and you're cranky. And they don't understand why you keep asking them to leave. And you're not supported by your partner who wants them to do whatever they want. So you don't get that respect that you would expect. In other words, yeah, you can drink all you want. You can exercise all you want or not exercise. But I'm going to go for a walk. So I would go for a walk to the sunset, except when it wasn't, if it was really hot. And that's the thing. I started caving. I started not being as disciplined as I am in my life, in my condo, which is beautifully located in this mid-sized city with, yes, all the gilded things that the cage could possibly desire. the gilded cage. Yeah, I've got conveniences. I just hope they don't kill me. I maintain my health. It's sort of funny. I thought of this the other day, okay? So I'm on the Greenway. And I'm traveling by foot, because that's my thing. And I go underneath the road because the Greenway is going underneath the road. And as most people know, a Greenway system goes along the water sewage and the waterworks for the town. So that's a great way taxpayer dollars can pay for something. While not just doing, the water, but also having the ability for us to have a place to walk and not get run over by cars. I'm bringing this down. It's really funny. I'm in it. It's folding up like a flower. Like a morning glory. Okay. Oops. Okay, that's its point. Okay. Okay. There. I thought I would take that down rather than up so that I could close it, officially, keep it nice and neat and tidy and free from the winds or something. So I'm pet sitting. So what we have here is, this is a rug. It's a beautiful rug. And why is it outside? It's outside to get a good cleaning. Why? Because the cat pissed on it. And it's also here to get a good disinfection from the sun. So they had it in one way, and I just turned it the other way. It's a pretty rug, isn't it? Yeah, so it's really fun hanging out here with just the one dog. And, she's food motivated, so I'm getting her to learn how to listen to me with treats, of course. But I don't have any right now, so, but I can demonstrate. Lily, come. Come. Good girl. You're a good girl. Yes. You're a good girl. So I don't have a treat. And I want to see what she does when she doesn't get one. Yeah, she figures it out. But because now she's food motivated, she'll come to me. And the next time I use that command, I'll have a treat. But this time she got it, she just got the good girl. So I am just learning this stuff with this dog. Oh, and I'm basking in the sun. Let me show you my setup. So, anyway, I don't want to disrupt too much, other than I'm having a good time pet sitting, and I'm learning a lot about myself. I really like having to watch out for pets. And I see all the work that goes into them. And the care that you have to give to these little things. I mean, you're a god. You can lift things and move furniture around and open doors and come and go as you please. And I mean, for goodness sake, you put a collar around their neck and drag them around. So I'm catching some sun. She's gone back over there to relax wherever she went. She's over there around that equipment right there. Yeah. So back to what I was saying. My body requires feeling safe and nurtured. And I'm safe and nurtured in an environment where I have the ability to create harmony and peace and quiet. And there was just too much ruckus. I never knew what was going to happen next. And I wasn't involved in any of the decision making. It's kind of funny when you look back at it. It was like being married to somebody, but not having the respect of being the wife. Because I wasn't respected and honored by him in front of his friends. So when COVID ended, I was happy, because then, in other words, the pretend that we have to stay at home now, because now we have a vaccine, you can all go back to work. That version of the reality that we're confronted with. the bars opened. And so then that's when my partner would go to the bar. So this is what happened on our last visit. And then I wouldn't see him unless I went drinking. He wouldn't go walking with me. And so it was okay. I no longer had his friends over that much, except, you know, every now and then one would show up at a odd hour of the week when my partner had to get up the next day and work. And they would be out talking loudly, and they didn't understand the friends, so-called, did not understand my need for sleep and quiet. And I was yes to death. I was waved off. It's like, yeah, okay, we'll do that. Yeah, we'll be quiet now. And still not be respectful. You know, we had parties, and that was fun. And I hosted with the Mosteds. I did what I did. I went up and down the steps from the kitchen into the backyard so many times my quads felt like I had done deep squats. My quadriceps and my hamstrings were like my little butt muscles from going up and down the steps, up and down the steps, up and down the steps. They were tight. Everything was like, yeah, we worked it. So yeah, I have a good party with him. And so that's not what this is all about, you know? It's not about not having the ability to have a good time. It's not about that. It's not about the inability to have friends and laughter and crazy people partying with my buddy, my then partner. We had so many great backyard parties, so many. I love that stuff. But I'm talking about regular life, like day-to-day life. The party's gotta end. Not the... I'm talking about that adult version. Then become a child and pretend you're at somebody's birthday party without the alcohol, you know? And don't eat too much cake. Let them eat cake. Figuratively, like a child, like you're not going back to the grind. I mean, why would you want to ever look at your life like your life is a grind? If it is, I don't know what to tell you. But it's just what there in Virginia, it was as if there was always a party. So, okay, what happened last time? I'll tell you about what happened last time if I feel like it in my next video. This one's long enough. But long story short, I show up on a Thursday and he's inebriated, sloppy drunk. And I was not upset about that so much as when he becomes sloppy drunk, he becomes inappropriate. And a woman, I'm going to put it to you this way. A woman who's been made love to or had really good sex with a straight man and knows how great it is to be like fully conscious of herself, like not have any booze, to just like let the love be the drug. Any woman who's had that experience does not want to make love, a.k.a. get fucked up by a sloppy drunk. we don't want it. It's awful. And so that's the state he was in. He was too drunk to have offered me anything of value. And I didn't feel like being an animal, not an animal, because that's an insult to animal, but to be utilized for self-gratification from somebody who couldn't say no to that drink and the drink before that. It's like, no, I am not just another one of your intoxications tonight. Leave my body alone. And he didn't remember much of it. And then the next day, this is where I made matters worse. I was so upset, but I, who had been taking MSM, which is a sulfur supplement, makes you more susceptible to alcohol. I just put down a couple fast ones. Monkeys, no less, 9%. Golden Monkeys from Victory Brewing. And they are these long buzzes that you get out of a bottle. 9% alcohol, ABV, whatever it's called. Yeah, and it was his Friday night, and we went and made a fire in the back, and I thought he was going to stay home. And I'm sort of like, okay, am I trying to get drunk so that I will be receptive to his advances? Am I getting drunk because that's how I don't know why I did it. It was dumb. But he ends up leaving and going down to the bar, and I had just gotten there on Thursday, and this was our first night together. And he was angry with me all day. That was it too. He was angry with me all day. It was like, why are you angry with me? And it wouldn't have been about anything that I did. He was hurt that I wasn't there full time. Well, honey, even when I lived there for 2 years, he was upset about everything. For nothing, for no reason. Just always upset about something. It's like you couldn't have a moment or a day go by without some sort of dissonant event happen. So anyway, I went and visited all that during the 2 years. Anyway, long story short, I'm revisiting this, and I see what's happening, and I've realized I had become more and more tolerant, more and more learned how to cope with the situation when I was there. But that last visit, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to drink. And of course, we had a trip to Waterprague, Virginia, planned. Well, every single day that I was preceding to going up, it was like, go to Waterprague without me. Which was going to be the following weekend. I arrived that weekend, on Thursday, and we would have that first weekend together. Then I'd be there for a week, and then the following week we would take and do a October getaway to Waterprague, Virginia. Waterprague, Virginia is a sleepy fishing village known as the place for flounder. I think they tout themselves as the flounder capital of the world. The flounder capital of the world. Because they have these unique inner channels between them and the barrier islands, which makes it ideal for flounder. So the flounder are prolific. It's the place to go for flounder fishing. And you want to treat it beautifully and not litter and be very nice to the people. And you can walk down to this restaurant that has the freshest flounder and the freshest oysters you could possibly want. And the nicest people serving you. But anyway, during that week, I heard so many times, you go without me, you go without me. And I was going to go without him. But we ended up going, and we had a good time. I'll show you one of those videos later. I'll post it. It's a very sweet video, but it's short. We found this swing that I read about on the GPS system for a particular place, and I'll post that video later. But you basically park your car, and it looks like it's desolate, there's nothing there. And you walk and you walk and you walk, but not that far. And then you come to a place where there's a swing, and you swing on it, and it's really nice. And then they also have stations where you can put your phone and you can post it online so that people who are doing this study have your picture as contribution to the shoreline study. Whenever she hears a dog, she barks. It's great because you always know if anybody's trying to surprise you. I can't. Yeah. I'll have to check to see if it's anything important. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the other dog out for a walk. I have a feeling she needs to go pee-pee. She's an old dog. But to wrap it up, I realized that I couldn't actually, lay any eggs. I wasn't feeling creative there. And I needed to come back to Raleigh, my home, and just settle in, and just be here, and get to know who I am without a man, and just be. And wouldn't you know it, somebody found me online on LinkedIn, my professional site, and wrote the scariest email recently to me, wanting to talk to me every day. Is there another means he can communicate besides the email? He wants to talk to me every day, and this just started. And I was like, wow, this is weird. I'm departing from a partner. Maybe this is the universe showing me, yeah, see that? There's like somebody already interested in you, but guess what? I'm not interested in him at all. So the adventure will continue. Diaries from a pet sitter. I am going to sign off now and just chill with Lily. And see if the other dog needs to be taken out for a little poo-poo or pee-pee. I don't see any dog looking for me. No, that's good. And no poop on the floor, so I can stay out here and enjoy it a little bit longer. All right. Till next time.